everybody, welcome back to LilyLuLou. If it's your first time visiting, my name's Karen, I'm the Junk Journal Geek, and if you're a returning visitor, thank you for coming back to join me today, particularly as I've had another, I think it's 2 weeks of no crafting, no filming, so it's been another big gap on my channel, so I do apologise for that. I haven't been very well, my mum hasn't been very well, and just life has intervened and stopped me crafting. So I'm back today and I'm going to carry on working on this black and white journal. This is a design team project for Sunny Creates, and I will leave all the information in the description box below. So my desk is a bit of a mess because I've just been through and tried to pull out anything I think might be useful, because as I've said before, when I stop crafting for a few days, I lose my mojo and I don't really know what I'm doing. So I've just gone through and pulled out anything that was to hand that I thought might work in this journal. It's got this big roll of nice lace netting. I've got some bits and pieces that have been left over from different projects that might work. So I've pulled them all out, so I've got them sort of in front of me to know that they're there. I've also got this I think I might use as the closure on the cover. This was, you know, round a set of pyjamas that my daughter bought the other day, and she was, I was bringing out all the rubbish to put out, and I thought, oh no, I'll have that. So it's like ribbon, but it's all attached, so I don't know if I'm going to make that work or not, but I've saved that. I've folded the pages that I showed you that I'd printed out to use as the main pages for the journal. I don't know if they're going to stay in this order, if they're going to stay like this. I'm not sure if I'm going to add any tea-dyed papers. Don't know yet, haven't decided. But at least we've made a start there. I've pulled out this pack of goodies that Claire at Purple Poppy sent me. Hi Claire, if you're watching. Claire has sent me quite a few things over the years, and I deliberately saved these because I knew I wanted to do a black and white journal one day, and these obviously are going to be perfect. So I've pulled out this little package, but also from Claire I've also been sent some book pages, and this, can't think of the word, computer printout, but you know, from the early days of computers. So I think I will use these in this journal. I've been hoarding these because they're not easy to get hold of, and I thought this was the time to pull them out and make use of them. You've seen the fabric that I want to use as the cover. These are the rest of the pages, my ephemera and my misprints. I've got some translucent paper, vellum there. I've got these little people that I keep pulling out to use, and then I end up not using them, but I think they'll probably go in this journal. I've also got this paper pad. Although it's a lot of pink, there is some black in here, so that might work in some places, I'm not sure. So I've just pulled it out, so I've got it. And I've got these, I've got some window envelopes out because I want to make some tags for the journals. I think I will start with that today. So how are you all? I hope you are all doing well, and haven't missed me too much. I'm sure you haven't missed Max's antics in the background. It's very, very windy here today. Got a nice new craft knife, and obviously there is a lot of movement going on in the background, so he's getting a bit overexcited. So if you can hear him in the background, I do apologise. Right, I want to trim these envelopes down. Just thinking probably best to open them up first, and then I won't be wasting any real estate. I can use the other halves for other things. So I'm just going to trim the bottom off here. I know it won't be straight. Trim all these edges off. Because I'm just going to use these as bases, I'm actually only going to use the front of the envelopes, and then I won't be tempted to make them into pocket. If you watched it, I don't think it was my last video because that was showing you all the bits and pieces I'd pulled out. Might have been the video before. I started making window tags and ended up making pockets because I forgot I was making tags and didn't seal the envelope up. So I thought, so that I don't do that by mistake today, I will actually cut these up. Then we can save the backs for other things, and I won't make the same mistake. Am I going to do 3, or I might as well, as I'm here, I might as well just cut the 3 up, mightn't I? Actually, no, I'm going to save that one. I might use that as a page. Let's go for 2 right now. So then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to cut these down. Obviously the edges are not straight, but I'm going to cut these down so that they have roughly the same amount of space each side of the window, so they're sort of symmetrical. So what have you all been up to? Did you all have a nice Easter? I don't think I've spoken to you all since Easter, have I? What did I do that side 2 inches away? That looks a bit far. Let's chop the bottom off. How tall am I going to want these? I think I normally have about 6 inches-ish for a tag. What line are we on there? 9.5. So if I go sort of 3.5, obviously this one, the little window's going to, well no, not necessarily actually. I was going to say the window on this one will be at the top, but it may not be because I may turn it round like that and have the window at the bottom. I'll probably do one with the window at the top and one with the window at the bottom. Right, yes, I'm going to trim these down a bit more. So let's go 1 inch each side of the window. And I'm saying these are tags. They may be journal cards. I don't know yet. We will see where the process takes us and we'll see what we end up with. So then I want 1 inch on the other side. Pop that there. And pop that there. This is probably boring, but if there's anybody new here, you can see how I do these things. So I think that's pretty much square now. Knowing me, we're going to have to trim it further once we've covered it, but at least we've got a starting point there. So let's do the same with this one. Let's go 1 inch to this side. Feels quite nippy in here this morning. Yesterday was quite warm, but today, so it's very, very windy outside. It's very grey. I don't think it's actually raining, but I haven't risked putting my washing out. And it feels cold. It feels like winter's back. I'm waiting for my shopping to be delivered, my grocery shopping. So I'm hoping I can get this video done before they come. Now this one is quite close. Max, you can hear me doing a video. I'm sorry that we're not all giving you our attention, but we're busy. Go and find your ball or your choo-choo and play. Go on. Should we have one that's a bit taller this time? I think we will. So maybe we'll have one tag and one journal card. Maybe we'll do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Should do that here. Actually, I'll do it here. I can always chop it down a bit more if I leave it. That's not straight. If I leave it, if I decide it's too long when I go to use it, I can always lop a bit off the bottom. But if I cut it too short, I can't add anything. Well, I can, but I don't want to. So we'll probably have a journal card and a tag, I think. And I think I'll pop that down that way so that I can do a tag shape at the top. So in which case, if it's too tall, it should be all right. Although, if that's going in a pocket, you won't see much. Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, Karen. Stop overthinking it. So, what I would like to do is grab some of... I want some of these bits, and I want one of the misprint pages, I think is what I want. So I'm just grabbing, I'm trying to find a page that's a misprint, not just a extra page. Oh, come on, sorry, I'm just rummaging in this. And that's what I was trying to avoid. I've just knocked a whole lot. Oh my goodness. Please excuse me for a moment. Right, so I'm so sorry for that interruption. That was a mega Jenga. And when I said all these pages may not stay in this order, they definitely haven't now. Anyway, some sort of semblance of normality has been restored. So now I will get on with what I was trying to do. What I was trying to find was a misprint that was double-sided, but I thought I had some pages where the first page had printed fine and then we'd had an issue on the second page, and that's what I was looking for. This is one of those, but obviously it's only printed on the very edge of that page, and I haven't got any of what I thought I had. So we're going with a different option. I'd like to use these children in the windows, and I want obviously to have something behind them. So I thought I might use this tissue that Claire sent me. Now I believe this is tissue paper that she has stamped on. I'm sure if she's watching she'll correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure I remember her saying that. So what I thought was, if I had, you know, something in the background on here somewhere, I'm not sure which bit we're going to use. Let's have a look and decide. Got a nice flower there. And then what should we have here? Oh, we could have some of these pen things. That's a technical term. And then I thought we could have, you know, a child. Behind. Let me just have a look, make sure. Which child do I want to use? Actually, I want one of these boys that are sitting. I might have one of them sitting on the pens, if I can make that work. And then what else have we got here? Yeah, we might as well use the girls that we'd already cut up. Let's have one of these. So let's see if I could get that. Max, will you leave it? Could I get that low enough to make that work? I'm going with the middle one first because, and I'm just going to roughly cut him out before I waste time fussy cutting properly. We'll try the middle one for size, and then we know if we have to go bigger or smaller. Max, be quiet. I've just when I've turned the camera off then to pick up all these pieces, off he went quite happily, chewing his bone. The minute I turn the camera back on and start talking, he's whinging. So I'm just thinking, could he look like he's sitting on the pens? He probably could if we worked it right, couldn't he? And I know the colours are not completely right, but this, you know, this is a sepia colour and the tissue I'm using is more actual black and white, but the kit is like that. There are some pages that are more, you know, a grey tone, and some that are more a warmer sepia tone, so I think we'll be able to get away with it. And obviously with a bit of vintage photo sprinkled here and there, we should be able to tie everything together, hopefully. I don't even know if you can see what I'm doing. Am I on camera? It's been so long since I filmed. I can't remember where I had everything set before to make sure you could see me. Oh, Max is being a real pickle today, isn't he? He's obviously out of the habit of me filming as well. He's gone back to what he used to be like when I first started filming in this house, or in this space. I was upstairs at one point in my daughter's bedroom. Do you have pets that join in when you're trying to do something like this? It's because usually when I'm talking to myself, I'm on FaceTime to my daughter who works away, and Max likes to come and join in. So he thinks that we're ignoring him. Well, we are. But we don't want Max on camera. As soon as all that stuff fell on the floor, he was there. He does love a craft item. Doesn't matter what it is. Bits of paper, bits of lace, bits of ribbon. Max is there. If you can hear noise from outside, obviously it's still the school holidays here, so my next door neighbour, the next door neighbour's son is home, and he's quite loud. So, right, how does this look? We sit him on the pen. Yeah, I'm going to go with him for that one, and then we'll have a little girl with the leaf behind her. Should we try the middle one again for size? Because she's standing up, we might have to size down for this one. Let's see. See what the smaller one looks like. Because we're chopping her feet off otherwise. Well, either her feet or her hat. Talking of hats, having trouble finding a hat for my daughter's wedding. I do miss the days where you could just go to a department store, try on lots of things. But there are very few department stores left these days, I have found. And as I say, I've got this dress. It's green. It's probably the green of this mat actually, but it's you know, it's very deceiving, isn't it, with colours. You you think you know the shade, and then when you hold it up to something else you think is the same shade, it's not. And it's all right if it's a completely different shade, you can probably make it work, but when it's very slightly off, I think that looks awful. So I'm trying to find a hat to match my dress. Now my dress has I want to say diamantes, but it's not. It's like, it's got a bit of bling on it, which sort of looks silver tone. So I don't really want to introduce a third colour because, you know, I think I just feel that might be too much. So I'm trying to match the green of the dress, but obviously my dress is here and I'm looking online, and you're never sure online if what you're seeing is actually what you're going to get, because, you know, with the best will in the world, taking a photograph and reproducing it online, everybody's monitors are different, everybody's cameras are different. You don't know if the colour that you're seeing is the colour that the thing is in real life. And, you know, as junk journalists, we probably all know that, buying digikits. And I'm not sure what shade of green my dress is. When we first looked at it, we said, oh, it's emerald green. Then we said, no, it's not quite emerald green. So then I'm thinking of all these different shades of green: forest green, hunter green, jade green, bottle green. And, you know, and everybody would probably use a different term to describe the same shade of green, because they are all quite close together, I think. So I'm struggling to find a hat. So I've got to find a sample of something that's, you know, the same shade of green as my dress, and send it to the hat lady so that she can check whether it is actually the same colour or not. So while I was going through pulling all these bits out, I thought, oh, I've just done that green St. Patrick's Day journal. I hope these are not glaring too much on camera. I just thought of that. Hopefully I'll have something that's the right shade of green that I can send her, because obviously I don't want to chop a bit off the dress to send, and I certainly don't want to send the whole dress. So it's really tricky. You know, when I was thinking, I thought, oh, I just nip to a shop, take the dress with me, you know, try some hats on. I can't find any shops. I mean, there are, you know, independent milliners, and you can make an appointment and go and try hats on, but then, you know, I want to go first of all and get an idea of what I want without being under pressure. And I know people probably wouldn't put me under pressure, it's just how I feel. You know, if I'm taking up someone's time, I want to spend money with them. I don't want them to be, you know, as a small business owner, you are very aware that your time is money. And I would feel guilty spending time, you know, trying hats on for fun and not buying something. But equally, I want to buy the right thing. You know, it's my daughter's wedding. I want to buy what I want. I don't want to buy something just for the sake of it. So if anybody has been through this and has any tips or ideas that I might not have thought of, please let me know. Right, so that's what we're going to have on those. So now I need to just cut out, well, not cut out, I'm going to tear it. I'm going to tear this tissue. I want about there and about there. Obviously this would be better to be doing it with a paintbrush and some water, but I'm not. Because I can't be bothered to go and get all that stuff, quite frankly. So let's hope that that bit's big enough. And this one we can just do the corner, can't we, really? Because it's not so essential. Because she's not sitting on anything. Oh no, that's actually not any good though. Oh, it might be alright. Particularly if I chuck a bit of glue stick on there. This is how not to tear tissue, in case you're wondering. The way to tear tissue is to get a wet paintbrush, draw a line round where you want it to tear, and then tear it while it's wet. But I really cannot be bothered to go and find a paintbrush. Dig a paintbrush out. Being very naughty, very lazy. But there we go. That's what I want to do, so that's what I'm doing. So now I'm going to put some glue stick on the back of here. No, I'm not. First of all, I'm going to pop this roughly where I want it and get the little boy sat down. He's sitting on the bottom one. Can't really see that they're pens now, but I'm really sorry if this is very glary and if I'm sticking my head in your noses, but it's the only way I can see what I'm doing. Yeah, you can't really see that they're pens that he's sitting on, but I can't put that up any higher because that was where the edge of the thing was. So we'll sit him there on the bottom one like we thought. So let's pop him down first. And my glue mat is now covered with all my bits and pieces that went on the floor earlier. So pop him on there, and then I'm just going to put some glue stick around the edge here. Try not to stick the other piece to it. And place it roughly where I want it. So head alert again. So he's on there like that, and then what I'm going to do, where's my piece of paper? I really want double-sided paper for this. So I'm going to pop this on the back, so you can see that through there a little bit. It brings more of this sepia colour in behind, and this will then be the back of the tag so that you can write on it. So let's glue up the back of this. Very naughty doing this on my mat. I've been working on my daughter's wedding bits and pieces over the last couple of weeks as well, when I've been feeling well enough and when I've been home. So I've got all sort of cricket stuff. I think I'll go on this side. I'm going to try and get that as close to the edge as I can, but as I say, I will probably have to trim all this once I've finished, because it's bound not to be straight. Right, so that's the back side done. Let's nip a bit of this off, and then I think I'm going to have to go and let Max out. Right, so sorry, I'm going to have to pause you again. I'll be back in a moment. I just had a thought. I hope I was actually filming all that last lot. Yeah, Max has gone outside. You know what he was after? A piece of moss has blown off the roof, so it's very windy today, and is blowing around on the patio outside the back door, so he's gone out to investigate that. Right, now I have no idea how long we've been filming today either, so... Right, so what I want to do here is to obviously cover the front of the envelope, but obviously I don't want to cover the window up. So we're going to try and cut a hole out. I've done this before by, you know, tracing around the shape of the window and cutting it out from the centre. I was watching Claire, again, this is Claire at Purple Poppy, doing some the other day, and she reminded me that you can actually draw your little frame and cut it out. So I thought, oh, I'll do that next time. It's how I used to do it. But you know what it's like, you do something, then you try a different way, you do that for a while and you completely forget about your old ways. I thought, oh yeah, we could do that. So we need to cut it at this width. I'm just making a little pencil line at the bottom of my paper with the width that my window needs to be. So now I can draw that straight across the paper. If my paper's straight. I'm sure this bottom line is straight. We'll hope it is anyway. So that's that one. And then we need to get the height. So do I want the writing at the top or writing at the bottom? Probably the writing at the top. So if I pop this up here, again, I'm just marking where the top and bottom of the window is. So now let's make sure this is straight-ish. I can continue that line now, straight across. You probably can't even see this on camera because I'm making these pencil lines very faint, because obviously I'm going to want to rub them out afterwards. Put that along there. I don't know if you can see, but there's now that shape in the middle there that I need to cut out. So I can do that with my knife, and what I'm going to do is go as close to that pencil line as possible from where they meet down to where they meet. That makes sense. And it's wonky because I'm rubbish. And I can't even see the one I've done on this side. Probably because I need to have it on my right hand side because I'm right handed. Got it on the left hand side, I'm covering up what I'm doing. Let's get that straight. That's from about there to about there. And we're going to go about there. And I can see that I haven't got these on the line. Max is now barking at somebody walking along the alley. At least he's outside, it's not quite so loud as when he's in here, is it? Just hope that's not my shopping. Oh my goodness, that is so wonky. I'm going to do another. This is why I stopped doing it this way. Because I'm rubbish. Mind you, if I kept doing it, I'd get better, wouldn't I? So, right, so that's that bit cut out of there, quite messily, to be frank. I am going to erase those lines, and then I'm going to ink around the little window that I've just cut. Oh, I think this tractor gone past, that might have been what he was barking at. Now he's trying to open the back door by himself. Right, I think that's good enough. So let's give it a little bit of ink. Just around here. Just to distress those edges a bit, that helps disguise the horrible cutting. And I'm going to pop a little bit of ink just around this, the edges of this window, so that hopefully once that's stuck down it will all blend in. So we should be able to pop that on there. Bob's your uncle, as they say. So more glue. I think I will do the second one off camera because I feel like I have spent a lot of time doing this. And you don't need to watch a second one because it's all going to be done in exactly the same way. It's just a different size. And you'll see them both either on my Instagram or when I do the flip through. Okie dokie, let's get this stuck down. Also, I have no idea how long I've been filming. Feels like ages. When you keep stopping and starting, it does sort of warp your... I find I can't keep track of how long I've been going. Now that probably isn't straight, but hey ho, it's on. So now, where's my... There it is. You can't even see where the edges of this is because it's the same paper on the back as on the front. So I think what I'll do now is pop this under the guillotine and, you know, cut the excess off, make sure everything's straight. So I'll show you that just before I say goodbye once I've done that. Okay, I've just trimmed off the paper, so you can see it's all nicely squared up now. So I am going to make this a tag shape. So we'll snip that there and then just pop that on the other side and match it up. Then we'll just do a bit of inking. And I'm not going to put a tag topper on this right now because I'm going to decide whether I want to stitch around this or not. I probably will, so I will stitch around it before I put any sort of topper or anything on there. But you know, there's a bit of crochet trim there, there's a bit of lace there, there's something will go on the top. I've got a bit of, that would look quite nice. Anyway, I'll find something to go on the top once I've stitched round, but I think I'm going to stitch around all my ephemera with black thread, so it will pull in the black and white from the kit. So that's today's little project. I hope you enjoyed watching that, a tag from a window envelope, and it has stayed a tag this time. It hasn't turned into a pocket because I didn't forget halfway through what I was doing. So thank you for joining me today. I'll be back again in another couple of days with a bit more of this project for you all. In the meantime, stay safe, look after yourselves and enjoy your own crafty time. Take care. Bye bye.